Kimberly Edwards, and today I'm going to teach you how to make Gazpacho Andaluz. Now, the Andaluz is an area in Spain. It's kind of like how Niagara Falls, is a city, but Niagara region is more of a broad area. So it's Andaluz, okay? And Gazpacho is very traditional Spanish cuisine. So here we go. We need some tomatoes. I need 1 kilogram of fresh tomatoes, okay? So I have this all measured out. I'm going to have to cut them up, but I just wanted to show you. I need 60 grams of green pepper, and I need 250 grams of cucumber. Now this is double that. I'm going to slice it in half, and we're going to use only half of this. This is a giant cucumber out of my garden today, and all of my tomatoes come out of my garden as well. So I'm pretty excited about this. So we have a lot of really nice flavors going on here, and gazpacho is basically a cold vegetable soup. So it's a whole bunch of beautiful fresh veggies, not even cooked, fresh veggies, and you mix it all up beautifully, nice and homogeneous, nice texture, and then you serve it cold or chilled, or how cool is that, right? It's refreshing, and it's a beautiful accompaniment to your summer recipe repertoire, in my opinion. So here we go. I'm gonna chop up these tomatoes, and I guess we'll be right back. Chop up your tomatoes, chop up your cucumber, chop up your green pepper. You're going to take the little the stem out, and if you want to, you can peel them, but it's really unnecessary to peel them, okay? You can peel it if you want to, but you really don't have to. And you're just going to throw them into a food processor or blender, I guess, if you have to, in about 4 or 5 pieces each. In they go. And I'm going to finish up these guys, and you'll see me in a hot second when that's all done. Now I'm not using all big tomatoes. I had to use some cherry tomatoes just to make up that amount. But hey, do what you gotta do. Use the tomatoes that you have, or the tomatoes that you have available in your area, okay? Good stuff. Be right back. Now just use your handy dandy kitchen scale so that you can get all of your measurements down pat, okay? Now my tomatoes are nearly done. Here's my last one. I'm just quartering it and throwing it into my food processor. This is going to be super simple and easy. And if people in your family really like veggies and things like that, and you want to eat healthy, this is perfect. So fast, you don't even have to cook it. Okay, so this is a 500-gram cucumber. It's giant. Just got it off my plant like 30 minutes ago from my mom. She brought it in like, holy cow, look at this. So it's ready to go, but what I'm going to do is I'm only going to use half of this because it's such a large cube, right? So I'm going to chop it in half, first of all. Then, in your recipe, you need half now, and you need half for the end. So I'm going to cut it in half, but not until I peel it. You can peel your cucumber if you want to, but if you don't, you're getting a lot of health benefits. There's lots of nutrients in the skins of your veggies, and when you peel them, you throw them out, you discard them, and that's where lots of the nutrients are. You don't want to do that. You want to keep as much as you can. Not everyone likes that in my house. They might not like it in your house. I like it. But what I do is I negotiate, and I use only half. So I'm just going to peel around and take off about half of that skin, just because keep everybody happy. All right? Throw that out, or give those to your dogs. They really like that. So now chop this in half. Reserve 1/2 to the side. This one, let's just chop into about 4 or 5 pieces, and we're gonna just throw it into our processor with everything else. Now, you need 60 grams of green pepper. This is, again, a very large green pepper, so I'm gonna slice probably one side of this off, and I'm going to measure that here. And we'll see what we're working with, all right? $62 grams, I'm pretty darn close. So that was, if you have a great big pepper like this, that's just one of the sides. Now make sure that you take out all the seeds. You don't want those seeds in there. They can be bitter, okay? Stems and seeds don't often taste great. So I'm gonna slice this again, just to make it easier for my processor, because it's gotta really buzz that up to be really a smooth texture. All right, I don't know if you guys can see what I've got going on here, but here we go. I just have a plain old food processor. Okay, now I'm going to use 1 clove of garlic. Make sure you take off the skin on the outside. Okay. Slice off that little nub at the end, because that's hard. It doesn't taste good. Now slice your garlic in half lengthways. And you're going to see that it has a little core inside. It kind of looks like a little wick. Take that out. that's what keeps repeating on you, so to speak, and gives you a hard time, and the stinky, it's extra stinky part, right? So if you take that inside part out, you're good to go. Well, not good to go, but you're much better off than you were before. So slice that up nice and fine, because that, you don't want a big chunk of garlic. You want that to be nice and fine, right? I'm just gonna roughly chop that and throw that all in. In you go. Now, you're gonna use 100 grams of onion. You can use whatever kind of onion you like. A Vidalia onion would be very, very nice. But today I'm using chives because I have lots of them in my garden. Now, chives are also a part of the onion family. They have onion flavor. They're just a little bit more mild, I think. And some people in my household, they have issues with onions. You know, it just doesn't agree with them either. So I'm gonna put this, it's a little bit more mild, in with my stuff. And we are gonna zip this up, okay? So let's put on the top. Where's my top? There it is. We're going to season it up after so that we can actually get a really good idea of what's going on here first. So zip it up nice and fine. We'll be right back. It's going to take a couple minutes. Now I'm just stopping for a second to let you know what I want you to do with this rest of this cucumber is I want you to dice it up nice and fine. So while you're waiting for this to zip up nice and fine, I want you to have some nice pieces of cucumber. If you really, really want to, you can take out the seeds, you can seed them, but I don't really mind them. I don't mind that at all, and that's just extra nutrients too, right? So I'm just gonna dice it into like maybe half-inch dice, so that you're just gonna throw that on top of your gazpacho when you serve it. How pretty is that? So go ahead and reserve that off to the side and let this keep going. Smells awesome. Okay, we've been going a couple minutes and I don't see any visible signs of vegetables being vegetables. It just looks like a nice creamy, smooth bunch of deliciousness. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna grab a spoon. All right, so we're gonna add some flavorings that are very essential to really rounding out this dish. All right, we're gonna add a really good olive oil. I'm going to use a really nice olive oil, a finishing olive oil, not just an extra virgin that you can cook with. I'm going to use one that's specifically made for just extra flavor and beautiful stuff from this gorgeous estate. Great stuff. Ready? 3 teaspoons. I'm going to eyeball. All right. And I'm going to add, you can add about like up to 6 teaspoons of white wine vinegar. Now, not everybody likes that much vinegar, okay? So you're gonna try to adjust it to your taste. Some people like it very, very tangy like that, and some people just like a little bit. So we're gonna add 3 to begin with, and then we're gonna test it after that and see what's going down. Here we go. Eyeballing again. Okay. Next, I'm going to add some salt. I'm just going to use some finer ground kosher salt today. You can use about a teaspoon, I would say. Now, veggies, they can take some salt. You need to really flavor up some veggies sometimes. Just salt and pepper. Now, you don't have to put pepper, but I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in today. I'm going to use this white can pot pepper that I have, just because it'd be nice in there, and I like it a little bit spicy. I'm going to grind up, I don't know, half a teaspoon or something like that. Maybe a dozen peppercorns. I'm gonna grind it up nice and fine too, because I want it to be all throughout my soup. Okay, so now we're gonna zip it up for another, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, and we're gonna taste it and see where we're at. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Let's see what we're working with here. Oh, now that is so tasty. I don't think I want to mess with that one bit. That is so delicious, I can't even tell you. Mother, would you like to try this? Tell us off camera.
Oh, that's delicious, honey.
Isn't that delicious?
Really, really good.
I'm not mad at it at all.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to pour this into a measuring cup just so that you guys can see how much this is actually going to make you. This should serve about 4 people. And in here, you can see of what's going on with your soup. Now, if you want to, you can always add some more liquid, which is what I might do. Just add a little bit of water. Actually, I'm using a little bit of water inside the cup I had from my tomatoes, just to make sure I don't waste any of that flavor. We're gonna stir this up. And I think that's a really nice consistency that I'm happy with. Gorgeous. Let me move this out of the way. Now, before you serve, you can add the cucumber, and even I've heard of adding little tiny cubes of apples. Now you can do the same thing, just like this with apples. But what I'm going to do, and what I like to do, is I like to put my diced cucumber that we reserved, remember earlier, the cucumber, and put it in here. And the reason being is I want that all these flavors to marry. I want everything to mingle in here, like happy, happy. So this is just gonna bathe in there, like no big deal. And everything is going to be so tasty. Now, if you want to, before you serve it, you can dice up some extra fresh chives. You can dice up, like mince up some parsley, or you can put some more cucumber or something like that on top. Gorgeous. Anyhow, this is it. So now what do? You can serve it now if you want to, but what's even better is if you put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to put some plastic wrap on top of this. And we're gonna put this in the refrigerator. I want this to chill. I want it to be as cold as it possibly can be. And then I'm gonna serve it. What's great about storing soups and liquid things of this nature in the fridge in a glass measuring cup like this is that it keeps it all together, right? You can see how much you have. You can see exactly what's in there. You don't forget that it's in there. Sometimes when you put it in containers that you can't see through, you just forget about what you've got. Anyhow, this is ready to go, and it has a pour spout and a handle, so I can just pour it right into my soup bowls and we're good to go. This is gorgeous as a summertime appetizer or fabulous as a main part of a meal. I mean, you can do that. Serve it with some fresh crusty bread. Anyway, right now we're gonna put this in the refrigerator and let this chill out. All right, this has been sitting in there for about an hour. It's nice and cold, it's chilled. We're ready to start our meal. We're gonna have this as an appetizer tonight. And here we go. I already have one, Mommy. Oh, thank you, my darling. She brought me an extra spoon. We wanna make sure we eat in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna stir this up actually with my ladle. Maybe I'll just ladle out to make it easier and whatever. There we go. I wanna make sure that I have those cucumbers mixed in, right? Lovely. Okay. The cucumbers gave it a little bit of texture because, you know, we just mixed it up so that it's nice and smooth and thin, right? Look at that. I'm happy with that. I'd be happy with that for dinner. Like, really, I would. I wouldn't be upset at all. Okay, next, I'm gonna put, you don't have to, but I'm gonna put just a dollop of plain yogurt, just because that's what I like. Center, look at that. Gorgeous. Right, I'm going to drizzle it with my beautiful olive oil as well. Look at that. Come on now. And I'm just gonna finish it. How gorgeous is this? This is a nasturtium flower. They are edible, actually. We grow them ourselves from seeds. So you have to make sure you know they're organic, but they're edible. And don't they look beautiful for a gorgeous presentation? Some chives, and who wouldn't be impressed with that? That's what's up. That's how you do it. That's how you make Gazpacho Andaluz. I'm going to try it.
We're going to be in Spain.
We're going to be in Spain for dinner. Here we go. Now, if you really want to, you can add some smoked paprika to that. Oh, it would be fantastic. All the way from Spain, too. I'm not mad at that. That is so summery. It's the essence of tomato. You can taste that cucumber. I can even taste the green pepper, and I'm glad it's nice and fine and thin like that. Gorgeous. That olive oil just finishes off like crazy. If you want to put some freshly cracked black pepper on here, feel free to do whatever you want. This is your bowl. But this is how you make that Gazpacho Andaluz. I'm Kimberly Edwards. I hope you check me out online. Check out more recipes, all right? Be a champion in your kitchen. Bye, Mom.
Bye-bye now.
Eat deliciously. Bye.